So the thing with American Life is that it's just hardly ever talked about.
It's arguably considered by the critics her worst album.
Okay. Sonically.
Not sonically. I don't know what's the
Chart performance.
I don't know. Back then she made that video, the uncensored version of American Life.
Yeah.
Later she kind of censored it and made like a very boring version.
Yeah, I've seen the boring version.
Oh, it's so boring.
I haven't seen the other one.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
We should start with that then.
Okay, we will. When I try to, go online and see the fandom and try to interact, hardly ever anyone talks about American Life. I just don't know if it makes anyone's top 5. Let me know. And also tell me a live performance I should watch from the era to learn it better. I said good morning. Welcome back to BeeView. You can call me B, and I'm here with James.
Yes.
Today we're doing American Life as part of the Madonna Chronicles. Her photos on Instagram lately?
I saw.
She is... I love
the way she's looking, and
Yeah.
I think people are just trashing her because she actually looks good. And then people say, oh, she doesn't look like anything as she was. Girl, you don't look like anything as you were as well, and neither
I
do
don't look anything like my previous video.
Yes.
Let's jump into the album. The first song is called American Life, and I'm gonna watch the video for the first time.
The uncensored version.
Uncensored version.
Not the boring version.
Do I have to change my name? Will it get me far? American life. American life. I live the American dream.
Who asked her to censor it?
Nobody asked her to censor it in respect of those people, of those military who lost their lives or who were wounded in war. They're living in the United States. I really understood what is the military culture over there. It's part of the national identity.
Okay.
Which I don't think is a good thing, considering what we know about American imperialism around the world.
Oh shit.
These people,
what does that have to do with the video?
Living in the United States, you will always know someone who is a veteran or who was a military.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But censoring it is like saying that it's kind of like apologizing.
Yes.
And that makes the video a little bit like, but what are you apologizing for? Because this is not. It's maybe a little graphic and maybe a little. But I don't think it's insensitive.
It's truth. No, it's not insensitive. But
or false. Yeah.
Yes. The point is the video portrays the war as a fashion show.
Okay. Not so subtle.
Might be interpreted as something like the exploitation of the suffering of the military people for pop commercial reasons.
I think it's a great effort. And when I watched the other version,
it's boring.
It just undermines the song so hard. While now watching this video, I might be disappointed that she censored it.
Yes.
But that's okay.
I'm drinking a latte. I get a double shot. It goes through my body, and you know I'm satisfied.
There's another thing people say a lot. That is the worst rap of history.
Yes, I agree to that.
Yeah, I mean, in the first moment, it's weird, but after you listen to the song...
I'm just living out the American dream, and I just realized that nothing is what it seems.
When it gets to the rap, you are gonna sing it along.
Sure, I get why.
It's very effective.
I'm drinking a
latte.
Yeah,
I get it.
Okay.
It's a white woman's rap.
I'll give a cash to that. The production is great. It did remind me a lot of music. You know, so sonically.
Because it's the same producer.
Is it?
Yes.
Great. Wow. Okay, that was an experience.
Cash.
Okay.
Cash.
The next one is called Hollywood.
Everybody comes to Hollywood.
Few things about this song. Well, I lived in Hollywood for 2 years.
All right.
So
go ahead.
the little birds chirping around is something that's very present in Hollywood, in Los Angeles in general. Accurate the way she describes Hollywood, like people go there. I try to live it, but I never could. A lot of people go to Hollywood expecting to become famous, but a lot of people just don't achieve this dream, and still they live there, kind of gravitating around this industry, doing other jobs that are not necessarily making movies but are related to the movie industry, like working as waiters in events or like models. Some become porn stars. Some people become addicted to drugs. The song, it's describing in a more poetic way the life in Hollywood.
Everybody comes to Hollywood. They wanna make it in the neighborhood.
Music always plays the same song. I'm bored with the concept of right and wrong.
She threw shade musically at something that she's currently on. She's singing over a loop of a guitar, and then there are about 3-4 sounds coming in and out. And she did the same with Give Me All Your Lovin'. Every record sounds the same, and she sang it in a song that it sounds like everything else. I get the irony of it. Was she aware of that? Oh. For me, it's a great cash. It's one of my favorite songs in the album.
Yeah, it's a great cash for me too. Feeling with this album, right?
I like it though. I enjoy it so far. The next song is called I'm So Stupid. This is a good song. We've been listening to the whole songs.
Yes.
That's the first time we do that. I enjoyed this album the most from what we recorded so far. This is the best time that I'm having listening to music, I mean. So when something is not as commercially successful, then it just stays for the fandom.
And you start question like, is it really good or am I just being a fan?
Which, nothing wrong with that.
This is more American Life than American Life itself, the song. Because it's a perfect description of the American people and how they are fed on in a propaganda that everything there and that they do is good and perfect.
It's not only for United States.
It's for every
country and everything, and like it's timeless because now you can put that in a social media aspect with Instagram and stuff. Like, you know, everybody's like, oh my God, look at him, look at her, and you know, with a simple filter, then everybody's jealous of you and this and that. And maybe that's why I love the song so much.
I was stupid.
My generation and maybe the generation after,
and the generation before too.
Okay, do you know what I'm gonna say? We have kind of figured out how fake this can be. My generation because we've seen the before and after. The next generation because they created it. So for me, the Gen Z is like what is right now taking the game in social media. And like the boomers, more like, you know, they're joining the game because they think it's fun, but they don't fully understand how deceiving it can be.
Everybody's looking for something.
We also grew up wanting to believe in the pretty people that were all around them, and wanting to be like them. Like, one of the most iconic moments for me of my experience living in Hollywood as a correspondent was when I covered the Golden Globes, the red carpet, and I was there dressing a suit that Tommy Hilfiger borrowed. I borrowed from Tommy Hilfiger because I couldn't afford.
Yeah.
I packed my stuff and I got a bus to go to the living room that I was renting in Hollywood, where I was sleeping on a mattress on the floor.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't afford the Uber. An ambulance coming.
Really?
Yes.
I was feeling it as well.
Yeah, right?
That's not much different from living in London. Why do people come in London? It's super expensive. It's not worth it, and I guess anymore. And you just came here. Why?
For education? Because it's
Don't
better.
Try it.
Because it's better.
Education here is crap.
That I was stupid. Stupid, a little stupid.
Understand your perspective. A lot of people come here, they will live in shitty places, making shitty money, because there is this illusion that.
And I am
we
one
are
of those
part
people.
of
Yeah. I'm gonna cash it since it got an ambulance as well.
Don't want my dreams.
Adding up to nothing.
The song is called Love Profusion.
There are too many questions. There is no.
That's another song like Hollywood that was playing a lot on the radio.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I would listen to it in the car. I would listen to it like, you know, when we would play cards on Christmas, they would put radio on. This would always play. I have it in my head as something like from my childhood.
Profusion, you make me feel, you make me know. And
It has something very nostalgic.
Okay.
So that's gonna be my ambulance.
Oh, okay, good.
Because it's just, I don't know, Love Profusion is just.
I want is an explanation. And the love profusion.
I got you under my skin, but to me it's like this pure love that I was feeling growing up before all the shit started, and I was like, oh, I got you under my skin, like I feel you 100%.
I got you under my skin. I got you under my skin.
There is so much destruction. All I want is a celebration. It's a song that she makes to be a contrast of like what we all need in this period, something like a profusion of love and joy and happiness. Cash. It's a typical Madonna pop song. I love this backbone.
I'm surprised you don't put much more attention into Love Profusion, because to me, I like it's the high. Listening to it now and putting it all together, I really appreciate this album.
It's one.
The next song is called Nobody Knows Me. This is good as well. See, so far we have 5 out of 5.
I'm not that kind of guy.
I don't believe the two, you know, both sides, when they're too extreme, that, oh, this is a big reset, oh, you know, the government is controlling us. Yes, the government is controlling us. That is no secret. Do I believe people need to wake up? I think people need to be smarter and realize the situation we live in. I don't feel like there are not enough woke people. I don't think there's much we can do in the state of the law.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that other than like doing vandalisms.
Closer to the sky.
No revolutions were made by asking nicely.
Okay, I'm just saying that unless y'all want to team up and go burn, you know, government buildings, then I don't think there's much I can do. I like lose sleep or like spend all this time saying like, oh, the corona is a conspiracy. All of that. No matter what I believe in, because I keep an open mind. I try not to be a black or white.
Yeah.
I try to always keep an open mind, even when I hear something that I personally consider crazy, like getting.
You'll laugh, but it's a setup until you're fed up.
But I agree with what you're saying, that no one tells you to live your life, but it is a setup.
It is a setup, yes.
And to go back to what we said about Hollywood, about London, you know,
about marriage, about sexuality, about everything.
Exactly.
You have to fit in a box. And this song specifically is about her personal relationship with the media and how media portrays her. Also, it's going to be a theme that she's going to revisit after in Rebel Heart when she sings Joan of Arc.
Yeah.
5th song of this album. They also have a lot to do with media.
Yeah.
Yeah? Hollywood is about media.
According to a lot of people, media is the beginning of distraction. I don't agree with that.
But also I was born in a dictatorship where there was censorship, and I know why powerful people don't want the media.
And I'm just fed up.
And it gets more and more.
It's no good.
And then manipulation can happen from media, of course.
Of course.
But if you can be manipulated that easily, well, that's on you.
But impartiality is a myth.
Yeah.
Because our interpretation of the things, they have everything to do with our experiences.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody Knows Me is Cash.
Yes, it is.
Great tune. The next song is called Nothing Fails.
You
I'm not religious, but I feel so moved, makes me want to pray. It's a beautiful verse because it expresses the feelings of those people who don't necessarily follow a religion, but have what people call a religious experience in their lives.
Maybe through art?
Maybe through art.
I
yes.
consider myself to be in this category.
Or
Not a chance meeting, feel my heart beating.
In Greece, they use religion in a lot of situations to justify things, to use it to emotionally manipulate the masses. It's
same in Brazil.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
And everywhere else. That's how religion.
I mean, not here.
Used.
Here is never used. Here, religion is hardly ever used.
Yes, they use the royal family.
They use that. Yeah, they use other things.
Yeah.
Nothing fails, no more fears. Nothing fails.
You know what? I understand that. I don't really follow that religion, but I get where people are emotional about it, and sometimes it moves me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not religious, but I feel so moved. Makes me wanna pray.
Could have been way more stripped down, just to give a different note in the album, because it still had the same drum kit. Mm-hmm. And exact same guitar sound as we've been hearing.
If you see music and American life, they are actually intertwined, because music it's the country, but it's more electronic. And this album starts electronic and it becomes totally folk.
It's a good one. It's a good one. That's a cash for me.
It's a cash for me too.
The next song is called Intervention.
Know that love will change us forever.
I gotta recognize the hooks in this album. They're very well thought and very catchy. I gotta say, this has the exact same structure as Life Profusion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stop. There are two. Like, it had very, very similar structure. I like it. Because it's well made. At this point, I see why this album is not as timeless or as talked about. It doesn't have so many surprises. It has a strong theme, and it flows throughout the songs greatly. But compared to other albums, I see why the impact wasn't as huge.
From here.
Yeah, this is a song that she said that she wrote for Rocco, because you know your duty as a mother, but still you remember you are a person, and it becomes like particularly difficult for you to protect that baby. You know the responsibility of protecting the baby, educating, and etc. And sometimes you are just exhausted.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And that's we've heard that.
Yeah.
We've heard that as a theme in motherhood. That's what makes the song sweet, and that's what makes the song. Because other than that, it's just the same production and the same structure. Cash. The next song is called Ecstatic Process. Nice vocal melodies. Okay, nice vocal melodies.
The ecstatic process, the process of being stuck about all the things that are happening around. So because not feeling that she's living her true self in several situations in life, and when you feel like that, you just get ecstatic. You don't move. I don't know if this translates to English perfectly.
It doesn't.
I'm not myself when you go quiet.
I know I asked earlier for something to be, completely stripped down, and that was. I still didn't love it. The only thing that touched me was in the process I forgot that I was special too. The rest of the song was a little bit like, first of all, why you putting Jesus Christ in this?
Oh, because she's fucking religious.
I didn't love the song, so I will just pass
She's
it.
praying, right? Jesus Christ, will you look at me? It's not that she...
That I was special too.
That is good. Mother and Father.
There was a time I had a mother, it was nice.
So this rap is so bad that when she performs live in the Reinvention tour, she can even deliver.
It's not. It wasn't easy. That last sentence wasn't easy to say.
Yeah, so don't do it.
No, challenge yourselves, kids.
I made a vow that I would never need another person, ever turn my heart into a cage, a victim of a kind of rage.
God, that's horrible.
The whole thing This whole song.
Addressing Promise to Try and Oh Father at the same song.
Okay.
From Like a Prayer.
And she chose that backing track to do it too. That wasn't that horrible.
It is. I think this is way worse than American Life, because Oh Father to me is arguably the best Madonna ballad ever
It's great.
written.
And Promise to Try.
Lyrically, yeah. And Promise to Try too, but Oh Father, and lyrically Oh Father has one quote that every son who had a problem with their parents should listen. That is, maybe someday when I look back, I'll be able to say you didn't mean to be cruel. Somebody hurt you too. Trying to move on the trauma of losing her mother and the difficult childhood with her father, but it's not a good.
This backing track. No,
trash.
man.
To me, it's a trash.
I didn't like it either. I'll trash it.
Okay, good.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
great. Trash.
I got to give it up. Find someone to love me. I got to let it go.
The next song is called Die Another Day. Is this James Bond?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wake up. Yes and no. I'm gonna kiss some part of.
James Bond fans say that this is one of the worst James Bond themes. I totally disagree.
It's not very James Bond. Come on, you cannot say that this is like reminiscent of James Bond.
Well, the strings and the outro are pure James Bond.
The strings and the outro. The rest of the song has nothing to do with James Bond.
Well, did you...
Yes, I'll die another day. Yes, I'll die another day.
James Bond theme is everything that everybody wants to do, and I don't like doing what everybody else likes to do. Then I thought, well, you know what? James Bond deserves a little bit of techno on it.
I like that she put that on James Bond instead of doing the strings.
Yeah.
I like that, but the James Bond fans that are not particularly Madonna fans, don't expect them to appreciate it. So recognizable, so great. I'm gonna wake up, yes and no. I think that this is the most iconic part of the song.
You think so?
I think so.
Body now. I think I'll find another way.
I also like I'm gonna break the cycle, I'm gonna shake up the system, which goes back to the rest of the album's theme.
To me, the best part of the song is the outro.
Okay.
I love the outro.
Easy ride.
Which is
Sometimes choosing the easy road can also be smart.
I know
you
that.
Can just
now.
Just saying. It was in the beginning was too slow. Then it got me in the mood. Like I started feeling it, and then it went to the round and round, and it took me out of the mood.
And sweat on my fingertips. That's what I.
Then the production got interesting, with a lot of stops, a lot of playing around, and then the strings coming in and out was also cute. In retrospect, I didn't love the song. I don't think it's a good song. I think it's a great closing for a musical project. I don't think by itself it can stand. Good production. Okay, good.
Because I am from a generation that used to, we were forced sort of to listen to albums, to full
And
albums.
I love albums.
Yeah, I understand. This is what you said is what I like about this song, because it's a perfect closure for this album. The song revisits it musically, everything that happened before.
Okay. She can fit some more lyrics in there.
What a war.
You know what an overture is in a musical. So when you go to musical theater, in the beginning they will play a snippet of everything, in one song. She keeps doing that in the end. I want another song in the end. I don't want a recap. I'll tell you what I don't like.
Picture when I touch the ground, I come full circle.
Same way I don't like the first song to be an introduction to the album. I feel like you need to open and do the conceptual stuff after, and then finish the concept and then give us a song to finish it with. That's what I'm saying, that if that wasn't the end and Die Another Day was the end, I would love it better. I didn't like Secret Garden. I didn't like Mirror Girl.
Oh, what is your problem?
As a concept, that's just my taste. Yeah. Okay.
I love this song. I love everything about this song, especially the first verse about. I understand sometimes taking the easiest path, it's a smart decision, but most of the times what we see is people just taking the easiest paths and shortcuts, and sometimes I find this is cheating. I love it.
What's the best ending?
The best ending. Which one is the
Falling
ending?
Free.
I love Falling Free.
I know you do.
Yeah.
What's the best ending? Secret Garden.
Most of the
You like Mirror
endings.
Girl. Mirror Girl.
Mirror Girl is arguably one of the best. Well, I would say that my favorite ending is.
I've always been in love.
Yes.
Always been
Yeah,
in love.
yeah.
Yeah? That's
Yeah,
my
but
favorite
it's
one.
unfair because Take a Bow is a fucking single.
And
she decided to put in the end.
That's what I'm saying though. Put something good for the finale.
No, but yeah.
Always make and Take a Bow. It just happens to be a great conceptual finish as well, because it does fit in the album to go in the end. What is your favorite finale? Closing of the album? Tell me. That's it for American Life. I'm gonna see you next week for Confessions on the Dance Floor.
Yes.
You wanna come by?
Of course.
Thank you for watching. Bye bye.